Well, right now, the Republicans are on a burn the book spree. We don't want American history taught because it's going to make us look bad, and definitely justify things like reparations. Case in point, this video that we are about to look at. When it comes to them folks, they don't change. They're still the same. I want you to watch this video from way back in the gap. And then let's talk about how they still the same in 2023.
Well, I just could not live beside them. I don't feel that they should be oppressed. But I moved here. One of the main reasons was because it was a white community. And that's the only place I intend to live. If I have to leave Levittown, I will do so.
Personally, my home life, it has an effect nothing whatsoever. But on the neighbors, they have a right. Because the average white person living in Levittown has 4 and 5 children. Well, let's put it this way. If the Levittown is migrated in hordes of, which they have a right to come here, but if something that happens that way, pretty soon my neighbor will be having a son-in-law or a daughter-in-law.
We all know after watching that video, they still feel the exact same way in 2023. These people have not changed. They are not a progressive people. Even if they try to call themselves progressive, they're not progressive because they have not progressed from that mindset that you heard from that woman.
Well, I just could not live beside them. I don't feel that they should be oppressed. But I moved here. One of the main reasons was because it was a white community. And that's the only place I intend to live. If I have to leave Levittown, I will do so.
That woman says she went to that community because it was for them. And the moment too many black people come around, she wants to leave. That has not changed. There was a video that I covered on our African Diaspora News channel that a guy had said that if just 10%, if the neighborhood becomes 10% black, then them folks want to leave. Just 10%, even though they're still the majority, but in their mind, the neighborhood is not good anymore because black people moved in it. Now, this is a video that we made in 2023. This video was back in the 50s and around that time period. Then you heard this other guy was talking about, hey, if too many black people move in, you're going to have and I had to, of course, silence the word he used, son-in-law or daughter-in-law. Well, that you didn't make good on that one because, you got people today that will get upset if a black person do not want to marry a white person.
Personally, my home life, it has an effect nothing whatsoever. But on the neighbors, they have a right. Because the average white person living in Levittown has 4 and 5 children. Well, let's put it this way. If the Levittown is migrated in hordes of, which they have a right to come here, but if something that happens that way, pretty soon my neighbor will be having a son-in-law or a daughter-in-law.
Get upset. You know what? More of them will be upset with Dr. Umar Johnson when he gets on the Breakfast Club saying that he don't want to see black men with white women and black women with white men. More of them get upset with him than even black people do. They get very upset by that. So definitely things, at least with them, has changed, but they always wanted access to black people's bodies. That has not changed anything since slavery. But when it comes to how they feel about black people, they are not a progressive people at all. And I understand that. And I'm not upset with them for not being a progressive people. I'm not upset. I understand that's just who they are. That's just how they get down. That's how they feel about people within my community. And I'm fine with that. There are individuals that are cool. They're not that way. And I'll talk with them. I'm cool with them. But we can just admit the majority is not progressive at all. And they do not want to be around black folks. And that's fine. My thing is when black folks get our own little corner somewhere, we go buy some land or we go to another country or whatever we choose to do. Just keep that same energy and stay where your place at. And that way, and black folks not around you. But you want an area where black folks not at, but yeah, you want to come anytime you want to entertain yourself, eat something, take vacation, you want to come around black people. No, go tour the wonderful countries in Europe. Do that. Leave the African continent alone. Leave the Caribbean alone. But let me know what y'all think about this. See, this is what Ron DeSantis and all them other ones don't want you to hear. And this would justifies reparations because it's those time periods they were doing redlining, and they're still doing redlining to this day. But they don't want you to have this type of footage because you can see how nothing has changed and why reparations and conversations like that has to be made into a reality.